Welcome to Poetry Palace TV. I am Tom Beal, and this is my Diary of a Poet series, Episode 12. If you're new, the intent of this show is to read Volume 18, Internal Revolutions, poems I have been writing to my late wife since February 2020. Unfortunately, I have not yet been able to read them in a composed manner. It was suggested that I simply start at the beginning so that I may get used to the idea slowly and add a bit more time to my process before actually trying to read those poems to you. If you would like to read along at another pace, the series is available for free at poetrypalacegiftshop.com. The producer of this show, as well as other fans, believe the verse in her volume is quite helpful for those who have lost a spouse. And if you know someone who you feel might be helped, please suggest they check it out. In this episode, we are continuing with Volume 3, Growing Still. Number 190. People look and laugh, and they get me laughing back. Then the lonely writer has a reality attack. He sees what must be seen and hears what must be heard, and slowly onto page his confusion is deferred. Number 191. Why does the writer write? The answer is not clear. Looking to get it right? All those things dear. The glory of completed script, the final sigh. Looking to answer questions of how or why. The thrill of adventure, never met. Thought collaged in journal, people forget. The calling of a spirit, words are unheard. The releasing of angers, reality deferred. The greed for such riches, all die broke. The frustration of art, creative yoke. Why does a writer write? I may never know. I just watch my mind and pen fight as the pages go. Number 193. See the gull, its feathers muddied, clamshell dropped from bright blue sky. Smell the salt, the air is ocean. Sunburned sands, young feet to fry. Hear the waves, they crash extincted. Live the ships, cursing winds in rutted mast. Love the summer, kisses gold and bronze. Embrace her now, she dies so fast. Number 194. The child's base is shaken, cracked and crumbling, yet the child remains. There is still, though grown and bearded, child blood in the veins. Tears fall dry because men do not cry, yet haunt the pains. The gray old man in senile surveillance views childhood stains. Number 197. I sit shaded in a sunny park by the statue of a man. I am not living in a castle yet, but know someday I can. I feel May breeze under hazen sky, and the heat of summer cries. The birds play tag from tree to tree, while I live them with my eyes. Number 198. Half a century later, I gasp and mourn for you, as I read your woven word, for I am a weaver too. In black and white, your color is sharper than in life, and the blade of your pen cuts so much deeper than a knife. If it was truth you sought, I feel you found its load, and here I sit in awe at its conveyance and the mode. Only am I sorry I have so little of you to hold, and you in ancient days, so little time to be bold. I feel a bigger reason for your removal than simple fate. All that is left, Thomas Wolfe, is to say thank you. Far too late. Number 200. The waves of trickling stream, cymbals in the distance against the violins of feathered friends. Wild bird-seeded flowers like paint-petaled canvas. Swords of untamed roses, the pretty picture wrens. The mints and olive moss on the dark side reflect light, green on green. Last year's trodden leaves become earth, hibernating creatures no longer growing lean. The warm sun warming and mothers winged can let nature warm their young. Cubs uncaved like kittens leap, are sent hungered by odors of berries brung. Father frogs, lily lazy, croak their songs to tadpoles still an egg. Bee drones hardly moving, for fertile queen do beg. Number 201. It silently sits there pointing out direction, so swiftly stalking the same's affection. Weary when it is shattered, only for a moment's time, until it finds hesitantly that it still can climb. Then again, only too soon, I feel its screeching scream. Ah, I am bleeding from the heart. I am seeking another start. Ah, it hurts. I hurt. I cry. Ah, I would never exchange my ever-bleeding heart. Number 202. Each day you serve me, a man off the street. Each day you watch while pen and page compete. But never did you know the depth of my line. Never experienced this lost art of mine. I, lost in frustration, never thought to write to you, my always waitress, in my caffeinated plight. The poem is for the coffee, the flower for your smile, and ancient friendship isms on modern plains of tile. Number 203. Such a pretty face to wear a frown. Tell me, has your sun this soon gone down? The day is young, life's clock ticks on, and all too soon the chance is gone to find the joy at fingertips, to set a smile on subtle lips. Such a pretty face to wear a frown, when it should be lace and crystal crown. Number 204. The cover red dwellers of the human hive, often unaffecting yet so much alive, growing with times fear regarded, meeting courtesy crimes and heart-hearted. Ware of the wearer and wearer still, a sorrowful shame such friendship kills. But I am willing to risk any danger to keep strong my faith in the stranger. Number 205. I have a flower, but I walk alone. Could have been for love that is not shown. So I seek a stranger in a maze of concrete tile, ready to exchange this treasure for a soft and warming smile. Hunger-herded humans swarm in metal hives, while somewhere hidden sacred, innocent still thrives. I have a flower, its scent is so fine, but its duty remains idle as long as it is mine. Number 206. Poets past faded fast, evolution kills. Modern line, dime store wine, anybody's thrills. Wasted page, purple rage, Shakespearean crime. Ah, Macbeth, we've seen the death of rhythm and rhyme. Number 207. Remember the cradle rocking gently and mother sitting there softly singing lullabies. Remember the bottle of warm milk and how they rushed it to the call of your cries. Remember your first pair of walking shoes and how Daddy waited for them to get worn. Remember the echo of promises and the never-lets that were urgent sworn. Remember the day at the schoolhouse, the big teacher in glasses giggling with a stick? Remember the pre-peer snickering? Can you finally now and not be fearful sick? Remember the old red wagon faded to rust? And the big blue two-wheeler, how the trade was fair? Remember that horrid hill on the rough road, the scrapes, scratches, and burns, and your aunt who was there? Remember that year when Santa died? How the cut was deep, but the world was still gold. Remember waiting impatiently for fancy freedom when 4 was what you call old? Remember the boy in the mirror? Now he has a beard and thinks he's a man. Remember the unreal dreams and innocent. Well, bring them back and keep all those you can. Number 208. Sunday, walking wheels, 8 months old, full of feels. 24 blocks, a journey long, soft May wind, big world song. Sugared coffee, donut hole, arrogant embers, innocent soul. Sneaker patter and swinging feet, father and daughter on the city street. Number 209. The sun is shining on marriage morn, and once again my feelings torn. I wish, of course, the best, my dear. The slip away is what I fear. Little sister, once only mine, in her vowed joy must draw the line. Sibling love is special, and little sibling pride. I ask only this, not that you sighed. In your home, that you will write, and think of me when mood is right. Number 210. I have some papers they are written on, just a few things I want to say. Do you think the world could take care of them, or should I just throw them away? Is it worth the effort it takes to try? Is it worth the pain that makes me cry? I have some papers they are written on, just a few things that I want to say. Do you think the world could take care of them, or should I just throw them away? Number 211. I see poets' publications, I find I must make my own. Beyond beginner's chance I have evolved unknown. Now that I am ready, there is no lighted stage. I live life my own way, why not the same with Page? I so far found it easy, now why should I strain? Let their advice go airy, ignorance again in vain. No one is of the schooling to edit words I write. No other eyes can compromise the boundaries of my sight. I have a fan worth efforts, and myself if just to read. As long as there is hunger, there is reason to feed. Number 212. Each new day the world unwinds like the sacred scroll of time. Each new hour life's bell does ring, its love-enchanted chime. Each new one along my way comes to find their throne. Each new heart which reaches out has past pains of its own. Number 213. The poetry man, so here I have been called, from an innocent bubbling with youth and pride, are not we all? Here where drugs are offered in the night, where drunks have falled, where strangers debate and push and pull and ride, your empty chair was here created. Nightmare's night was also slated. This my office, of many I assume, where dry days become night and I resume. Here the watchwriter watches and sees and saws, where in the city, in silence, opens its claws. We're going to leave it right there for today. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Poetry Palace TV. I hope there was something that caught your ear. Please feel free to check out the website, and I hope to see you next week. Goodbye.